Alrighty. Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 137. This I'm viewing just a couple episodes this time, mainly because I really want to get to Overlord tonight so I can get that out of the way for tonight. Okay, in these two episodes, we kind of continue a little bit with a little bit of the lantern. Yes, the talking lantern Daku, where he runs away after having a disagreement with Genta over Soshi. Yep, because he was squeezy too tight, he thought he was basically not doing it right, so tell him to shut up. And they basically disagree, and of course he runs away. Also, he's fired, despite the fact he made him. He always mentioned he's a week old. That is definitely true. It had been a week since then. Yep. So, of all of the Shurikens, the only one that actually bothers to go from is, of course, Shuriken Pink. She is the only one who actually bothers with it. Yep. So, eventually, by the end, they actually reconcile after he also goes through a series of odd jobs. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention in the last video in relation to Shuriken vs. Goanger was that there was this very interesting scene where the Lantern himself, I figured I'll talk about here now, but good idea, where he spots basically Dayu, Decker's Sentai counterparts, and Akuru. This actually was the first time I actually seen him in the Sentai footage because I actually saw him before his debut, which was episode 27. Surprisingly. And they were basically want to join the battle. And then, of course, they're stopped by the Gosager, a Sentai series I have reviewed. As a matter of fact, that was actually the last one I reviewed before I temporarily stopped reviewing the series 6 years ago. Yep. Yep. So we get a chance to see their debut. Yeah, this film was their debut. Now you're probably also thinking, okay, so here's a good question in relation to the movie itself. Like, where does the movie place in the continuity of Gosager? You might ask. Well, it takes place between episodes 3 and 4. Yeah, that's pretty much in the way where the episode is set. So very early on in Gosager. Yeah, so you could definitely say that, oh yeah, that you can easily fill this little tiny little thing. Yeah. As for the episode itself, 27, it's pretty good. 27, 29, excuse me. Yes, so for next episode, it feels like this just feels like a filler. And the strange thing is, the monster of this episode never appeared in Samurai. Nope. The plot of this one is simply we have a puppet monster. Yes, a puppet monster who controls people to stand still during a nameless horde attack. Yes, seriously. Aside from that, he doesn't really do a lot. Of course, he threatens him later on. And it takes a little bit of a while. Of course, you have where Shuriken Yellow forms a friendship with a one-shot character who, to my knowledge, never appears ever again. Why the heck that this character never shows up again, I have no idea. But that's Sentai for you. They introduced these really cool characters and these one-shot characters you could bring back. Nope. Can't bring them back. Yeah, this character's probably completely forgot about for the next episode. Yeah, and it was, and I don't know if I noticed. One thing I did notice that the school looked, on the outside, it looks very similar to the school that appeared in Mega Ranger. Yes, though I should point out though the interior looks like basically what you see in standard Japanese high schools. This is probably the first one in for Sentai to feature high school probably in years. Yeah. Yeah, the whole thing is like, oh, going to cover it, maybe one of the students is supposed to. No, just basically the other guys manipulating them. Yeah. almost seems like this episode felt a bit pointless. It's like, oh, he enabled his students to do something. Yeah, it doesn't really do much of anything for the series itself. It's you can ease now. The thing is, the monsters got cool design. It's weird they never included them in in Power Rangers. Would this episode be a good episode of Power Rangers? Yes, it probably would. Though they would have to rent out heist. Though, if it was, oh, I don't know, if it was Jonathan Zeka was running at this point in time, he probably would basically fly the actors out to Japan to shoot this scene at a Japanese high school. Instead of, how about an actual American high school? That might be interesting. Even though the footage basically doesn't match. Yeah. Now, the weird thing is, this episode, I know the character didn't appear. Let's see, was the episode ever dead of Power Rangers? I don't think it was. Not really. The plot itself wasn't really like, we have a couple things used, but not much. We have appearance in here of Shuriken Dakaru, which is him accidentally forming with the actual Zords by pure accident. The character himself appears one more time after that in episode 38. Yeah. So, he appears one more time after that, and that's the last you see of him. Yeah. Well, this version, anyways. Yeah, this character was by complete accident. Yeah. And can you believe, as of next month, these two episodes aired, like, roughly about 13 years ago? Yeah, this is probably, since I brought the series back last year, this is probably by far one of the more recent series I've actually done. Yeah, something just barely over a decade old. Unlike the other ones, like 30 years old. A lot of many ones I review. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much it here. Not much else to say, just 2 episodes. So when I come back, I'll probably review a lot more. But next up is Overlord. Okay, next video. Bye.